released yesterday. We need to talk about some rather good jobs or bad jobs data, depending on how you look at it. We need to have an honest discussion about the potential of a wage inflation spiral starting. We need to talk about the National Mortgage Database. That's what this stands for, National Mortgage Database. I think there's a lot of hidden gems in this database that I will give you in a minute. We need to talk about Bed Bath & Beyond. We need to talk about Amazon. Again, as we discussed on Monday, there were going to be some disappointments coming out, pre-announcements, and they are starting to roll in. We need to talk about the Orange County luxury housing market disaster. Something yesterday I did as I interviewed Adrian Hernandez, who is my weekly guest. We've been talking about the Orange County market for well over a year. And in one of our discussions yesterday, he let me know that the luxury market in Orange County, defined as north of $2 million, is a disaster. I have talked about the luxury market in general being a disaster. So it is started, and I suspect will get worse. If you are ever looking for a luxury property, I think you are going to have an opportunity to get a deal. He told me about a property listed at $2.8 million that had a comp 2 doors down for $2.8 million. The sellers had to sell, and they ended up taking an offer at $2.1 million. Folks, that is a 25% discount. Now, as we discussed in that very important call about the luxury housing market, this does not mean that the first-time home buyer market is also collapsing. In fact, we went through the data in real time, and that market, again, Orange County, sub $1 million, is still doing really, really well. But again, there is first-time home buyer, there is move up, and there is luxury. Luxury, no bueno, no bueno. Not going to be good. I don't think the luxury market will be good anywhere. You look at Manhattan. We talked about Manhattan yesterday. Transactions down 30%, prices down 5%. So again, the luxury market is not in a very good space. Somebody wants to say hi to you. One sec. Hey, buddy, how are you? Yeah, we are. I'm talking to you from Mountain View, California. We are having a rather aggressive weather system come through, very windy, and my dogs are nervous. So this little guy right here, if you don't know, this is Sonny. He is sitting right next to me. So good boy. You stay there. All right. Sorry about that. So again, Orange County disaster. And finally, Canada has banned foreign home buyers in their market for the next 2 years. Lots of stuff to talk about today. Let's start with the Fed minutes. The Fed minutes kind of told us what you and I expected. We are going to go higher. We are going to stay there longer. And oh, by the way, we have no problem going higher slower. There was one point in the Fed minutes that highlighted that they were encouraged by the fact that the November JOLTS number, right, job openings, had fell 500,000. Unfortunately for all of us, that number was revised higher. And the Fed minutes talking about the decrease evaporated. So in short, the Fed meeting minutes we're doing everything we can to frankly hurt the jobs market, and it's not happening yet. Sorry, I'm fighting off a sneeze. All right. So again, we're going higher. I am also starting to see, based on the ADP report, I might have to change my call for February 1st. If you don't know already, February 1st, I've been calling a quarter point increase for months now. Based on the jobs number tomorrow, if it comes in super hot, let me define super hot. The expectations are 200,000. I have called 187. If they come in at 240,000 or higher, I will change my opinion and go 50%, or I'm sorry, 50 basis points February 1st. I'm not there yet, But as we will see in the ADP report next, the Fed may have to do a lot more. And they are clearly not afraid to do a lot more. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the ADP report. Let's talk about wage inflation. And let's talk about the weekly unemployment claims that you and I know we need to look at every Thursday morning. First off, ADP jobs report. Expectations. The estimate from all the experts out there, 153,000. This is a private payroll survey. Actual, drum roll please, 235,000. Folks, that is a beat of 40%. Wow, that's strong. On top of that, service providers, all of that. On top of that, wages. Again, wage inflation. I believe of the three components of inflation that I see, stuff, housing, services, that the services and third component are sticky and will be hard to beat. And it's why I am not calling deflation this year, like lots of folks on YouTube are. What happened to wages in the ADP report? We got two numbers. One, the annual pay went up an average of 7.3%. 7.3%. That is a nominal and a real increase in wages, right? We have been talking all year about nominal versus real. Now I believe this is the second month in a row that the ADP report has shown nominal and real wage growth going forward. Specifically, leisure and hospitality up 10.1%. 10% wage increase. That is companies fighting for labor. Lastly, if you switch jobs, your average wage increase was 15%. Again, I think I've been pretty clear. I've shared with you my concerns. I believe this is yet another sign that wage inflation may be trickling throughout our economy. Might be happening. Let's also talk about the weekly unemployment claims. Now, this is kind of a messy number, right? It included a holiday, but nonetheless, weekly unemployment claims once again disappointed to the downside. Expectations were for 215. It came in at 204, down 19,000 from the week prior. Now, we are getting announcements of layoffs in tech, right? Salesforce 7,000. Amazon came out yesterday and said, hey, we are going to go, where did I write it down? I think it was 18,000. Yep, Amazon announced 18,000 job cuts. These are dropping the buckets, folks. These people getting laid off, we have seen, at least in the tech area, are quickly finding other jobs. Many of them aren't even filling out unemployment papers because they get a job so quickly, they have severance. It's a very strong jobs market, at least as we sit here in early January. So again, ADP report, jobs, wages, the Fed, oh man, the Fed, they can't like these numbers. And if the jobs number tomorrow comes in hot, I may unfortunately have to increase my call for February 1st. I don't want to. I like to be consistent. I don't make changes. I don't flip-flop. I stay until the bitter end. But if the ADP or if the jobs report tomorrow is hot, I may have to change my opinion. So we will see what happens tomorrow. So why do I think the housing market is going to be a thud next year, this year, meaning no supply? I believe 2023 will go down as the year of no supply, which means no transactions, which means the housing industry is in a depression, which pulls the economy into a recession. Well, I have uncovered something from the National Mortgage Database. This is something you should write down because all of you ask, well, not all of you, many of you keep asking me for these numbers. So here we go, right from the National Mortgage Database, Q3 2022. 24% of residential mortgages are under 3%. Folks, just in case you don't know what 24% means, that means 1 out of every 4 homes has a mortgage under 3%. That's pretty good. That is interest rate lock-in. Oh, but it gets better. 63% of mortgages are under 4%. 63. That is more than 1 in 2. 84% of residential mortgages have interest rates under 5%. And just for grins, 93% of all residential mortgages are under 6%. Drum roll, please. That means we have 7% of mortgages over 6%. Now, who the heck would have a mortgage over 6%? Most of the time, when you look at the data, these are people that are very far into their mortgage. They have 6, 7, 8 years left, maybe less, and they're just going to pay it off. They have no interest in refining. They don't want to cash out. They just want to own their home free and clear. So again, 24% of mortgages under 3, 63% under 4. And let's never forget that roughly 20% of all homes don't have a mortgage. Yep, it's true. All right. So National Mortgage Database. We talked about, I expected some pre-announcements to come out this week, and we got a doozy of a pre-announcement from Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond came out this morning and said, we are having a difficult time attracting customers. We are having a difficult time selling stuff. We have now issued a going concern. If you don't know what a going concern means, it means we are running out of cash and we are going to start bouncing checks. Not good. We are going to see more pre-announcements. May not be this week. I think a lot of pre-announcements next week because as I shared on Monday, being a former general ledger accountant, we go through a series of steps to close the books. We then take those to the executives. Then the executives go, holy shit, that was a rough quarter. What can we do to make it better or worse? I suspect a lot of folks will make it worse. They will kitchen sink the quarter. Yeah, not good. Just like Salesforce yesterday, remember? Part of Salesforce, layoff, office closure, and up to $1.4 billion in write-downs. Told you it was coming. Told you. Orange County, man, Orange County. That conversation with Adrian Hernandez yesterday, talking about the luxury market. And again, I have said the luxury market is a disaster for months. But that conversation with Adrian Hernandez yesterday scared me. It did. It scared me. I mean, there is a part of the housing market that is just broken, frozen. And if you are a seller in that market, I got bad news for you. Bad news. It could be bad for a while. But again, let me know about your market. I would love to hear more about the luxury market. So do me a favor. If you want to help me understand the country, take your median price for your city, your buy box. Let's say it's 500 grand. And I would love to know about the luxury market, which I simply say is 2x the median. What is going on in your market? If you are an agent and you can run an MLS search, I would love to hear from you. Do this for me. Tell me how many active listings in total, and then how many active listings above 2x the median. I want to understand the percentage, right? Is the luxury inventory 10% or has it ballooned to 30%? I believe we have a sleeping giant. And if you happen to be a buyer, good for you because you're going to get a steal of a deal. Good for me. I've told you repeatedly, I am trying to get Park Place and Boardwalk in Fresno with seller financing. The more and more the luxury market breaks, the better my chances of getting multiple luxury rentals in Fresno, California. Again, I'm excited, but that video with Adrian yesterday, kind of scared me a little bit. And if you want to go find it, Adrian has his own playlist. Just find the playlist on this channel somewhere. And I think it says housing disaster or something like that. And then finally, Canada. Canada has banned foreign buyers from buying homes in their country for 2 years. They are blaming foreign buyers for the crazy housing unaffordability. They are creating empty homes and all of this. I just want to have a real discussion about what they did. They obviously reacted to the uproar in their country. They have now adopted this rule or law or whatever it is called. Do you know what percent of all housing activity were foreign buyers? Just take a guess. The way that I heard and read about this, to me, it felt like 15, 20% of transactions were foreign buyers. I had no idea. I've been very clear. I never bought properties in Canada, but I have been watching the Canada housing market because it makes the US market look affordable. The Canada housing market is wow. Wow. So I had guessed around 15 or 20%. Based on an article I read yesterday, it is 5%. Meaningful. That means 1 in 20 transactions are from foreign buyers, but it's not 15%. Second, if you don't know already, the Canadian housing market is going through some pain. And one of the things that's unfortunate is if you are a seller in Canada, you have just lost one of your potential buyers. Folks, around the world, there are wealthy individuals that like to park their cash in the US, in Canada, in housing. There are rich folks around or wealthy around the country that like to send their kids to college in the US and in Canada. And they very frequently buy a home to do that. When you are a seller and you lose some of those buyers, it will become more difficult for you to sell. Now, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe housing must crash. I don't know, but just realize there are some give and takes in all of this. And then finally, folks, we got to do the deal. We got to congratulate some people. One rental at a time is making a difference. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If I've helped you close a deal, send me a DM on Instagram or just go to my website. Give me your address. Tell me what you did. You do not have to be a student. You don't have to be a follower. You don't have to be my book. I just want to know that the hours I spend here Sunday through Thursday are worthwhile, and this is how I do it. So, Zachary, congratulations for your next deal. Rodrigo and Roberta, congratulations for your deal. Rodrigo and Roberta, congratulations for your first deal. Looks like you got 2. Actually, looks like you got 3. Rodrigo and Roberta. So again, you got 3. So there we go. I think I'm missing one. I know I'm missing one. Anyways, I'll just record that one tomorrow. So again, folks, congratulations for getting your deals. Your cards will go out in the mail today. Thank you. Bye-bye.